What up? What up?
That's an experimental intro. I don't think that will be staying, but
and it's definitely an original composition of music. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What's going on? We're the Combat Comrades.
Welcome.
I'm Dave,
John, and this is the show where we discuss mostly MMA, UFC, but we'll dabble in other kind of
dabble in whatever. Really,
dabble in whatever. Dip our fucking pen in whichever ink.
100%. I'll dip my friggin' 10 toes in all 10 different pies. Don't worry about me. We've got MMA, we've got banter, we've got talking about life, we've got whatever the hell we want to really talk about. You know, it's just it's a podcast where you can come. You can chill with us, talk some nonsense, have a few laughs, and
give us your feedback. You know, we'll get some callers in eventually, giving their 2 cents.
Yes, but no more than 2.
Yeah,
I don't want 5 cents.
Nah, fuck that, bro. Who wants to carry that shrapnel around?
No, 2 cents only. So yeah, I think we should just dive straight into it. Huh?
Yeah, let's dive straight in. Well, this week we have started on I'll be honest, not the most exciting card. But we're going to go with
close.
it.
Not even close.
And we're going to have some fun with it.
We're going to show that we can have a lineup of less than ideal talent. I mean, they're all talented. They'll all probably bash me.
Yeah.
And you know, still make it enjoyable. You don't have to wait for those big cards, you know. And you might learn stuff about fighters 100%. That you can't be bothered to research because we are now doing this podcast. We kind of have to research them. Otherwise, what's the point?
And you know the beautiful thing about martial arts and, like, I guess fights in general? They're always entertaining.
Yeah.
You could have 2 fucking BUMs scrapping outside.
Yeah.
And that's super fun to watch.
Yeah.
Or in high school, how fun was it when there was a
punch
on? Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're gonna enjoy these.
Yeah. At the end of the day, a punch on's exciting. I mean,
we're Australians. Like, Aussies love a good scrap. Let's be honest. There's a reason why there's 2 champs right now. Because, you know, fucking blood.
And don't fucking forget about it. Aussie.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Don't bloody worry about it, mate. But yeah, I think before we dive into the main event, maybe we can talk about some MMA news that's going around. You know, there's a lot of hot topics.
Yes, we always like to discuss the cool shit that's been going on, or the controversial stuff, you know, in tandem with the fights, because sometimes it is a little bit of a drama show, but you know what? It makes it fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like the best form of reality shit show, you know?
Because at the end, they're actually gonna
fight.
Do something about it.
Yeah.
Do something about it.
100%. And that's the best part is, like, everything will always end up getting settled in a scrap, which is a good transition to maybe not always getting settled in a scrap, because we have some interesting news coming out of the likes of Tommy Aspinall, Tommy Aspinall,
mate,
the Duck Hunter.
First of all, if he should be the NMF, nicest mother effer belt. If they were ever to do one, it'd be him and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Yes, you took the words out of
right. Unfortunately, weight disparity, but
fuck it.
I mean, to be polite, you don't know. It maybe doesn't even matter. You know?
They go in there and they just give each other a high five and create a second handshake and leave.
Fuck, that's a draw.
They're the 2 best friends that anyone could have.
So yeah, it's unfortunate that sometimes the worst things happen to the nicest people.
That's it, man, and like the most deserving as well. Like, come on, I'm sure I speak for most people when we know that Tommy Aspinall definitely deserves to unify this belt. I think he's the only person that has to defend an interim belt many times.
And, you know, you see videos of John Jones in a pool with these, like, Russian guys,
hey,
like, flopping him around. Like, the gay rumors have to be going off the wall right now. Yeah. Well, to each their own, but, man, let the guy fight for his damn belt.
Yeah, give him the belt.
You know? So that's honestly, it's... I started watching MMA back in the Anderson Silva days, so for me, John Jones will always be a legend.
Yeah.
It's just such a shame to end on such a sour note.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, with all the ruckus that's going on in the internet and all these people coming out, especially these new McGregor babies, I see you. I see you on Reddit. I see you on Instagram signing petitions and shit. You know, you need to wake up. Okay. I want to see Tommy Aspinall fight. Yeah, I think he probably might beat Jones. That's probably why he needs so much time to prepare. But you need to recognize who the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
23 years old becomes the champion of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people are going to say, ooh, eye poke, picogram, this and that. I see these things online of people trying to break down every opponent he's ever had and discredit his wins. It's insane.
Yeah.
He is the GOAT.
If we're talking just about fighting, then...
Yeah, he's not the GOAT driving under the influence.
Human, but...
yeah. He's a bit rough in that regard, but hey, we separate the art from the artist.
Well said.
Everyone does that with Michael Jackson anyway, and he did some stuff. Moving along, we see Tommy Aspinall has alluded to something on his Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
He created some sort of trailer. It looked like a fucking movie. Mm-hmm. What do you reckon it is? Do you reckon it's a John Jones announcement?
No.
Or do you think it's someone else?
No, I'm gonna call it here. I would easily put my money on John Jones not fighting again. Look, he's a smart guy. He's done what he's done. Tom Aspinall's a very bad matchup for him. A young, hungry, beast. Dangerous beast. And
quick.
Exactly. Who's
heavy hands.
Natural heavyweight too.
Yeah.
So look, I know John Jones is like, yep, this is kind of... the way he's going about it is not nice. I think he's even said, he's like, hey, I've given my news to the UFC. I don't know what they're doing. They're probably trying to convince him, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, to kind of finish that, I think that John Jones is not fighting again, and Tom Aspinall will fight for the... Like John Jones will... Once they have an opponent for Tom Aspinall, it'll be like, once the fight starts, John Jones is getting stripped. And I think he'll be happy with that. He's like, hey... I'm, light heavyweight and heavyweight champ right off into the sunset.
Yeah, and I mean, who cares?
Into that mountain of cocaine.
Yeah, he's always found God, apparently, but I think he found him at the bottom of a Bible that he probably used papers for old dudes, but who knows? Anyway, moving along.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about, John? What's some news that's really getting on your radar?
Oh, getting on my radar. Well... Man, there was some amazing fights that were released a few weeks ago, and one of the ones I'm super excited about because I think it's one of the sickest divisions. And I mean sickest divisions like for a long time. Like welterweight has just become really amazing, right? We used to have like a bit of a snooze fest
it was
there.
Shit.
But lightweight, man, has been amazing. And we have a new lightweight champion coming, going to be decided in July. Charlie Olives. Mr. Charles Oliveira.
Against Turia Tapura.
Up Toro, Top Toro.
Hell yeah, dude.
So how are you feeling about that one, Dave?
It's exciting. It's also crazy that Charles just gets so many freaking title shots.
Yeah.
I mean,
this has got to be one of his last.
He's had his fair share. Yeah. It's interesting, right? Because... You look at Ilya, he's dangerous, his heavy hands, his speed.
Knocked out some absolute goats.
Knocked out pretty much everyone I love, which, it's tough. But if you really start to peel back the layers on the wins, you got, I'm not coping. Volk's got the belt back. He's got the belt back. But let's be real here. It's either a weight cut or coming off a KO. This crazy shit that plays in. It plays into it. At the end of the day, it plays into it. And if you've ever, put some time to actually... figure stuff out at a level of performance as as it goes with weight cuts, hydration, and recovery.
Experimented with different things,
especially gaining weight, losing weight, stuff like that. Stepping out of your usual routine as well is enough to kind of throw you off a bit.
Yeah, there's a reason why fighters move up. Like, why would someone fight heavier people? Because there's a reason. They felt a lack of something at that lower weight, which is the reason why Max Holloway's gone up to lightweight.
Yeah.
Another guy who got knocked out by Topuria.
Exactly. But yeah, I think in saying that, I think that Ilya, he's now going to be fighting a larger opponent, rangy opponent, and a... battle-tested opponent,
and an actual lightweight.
And an actual lightweight, yeah.
To me, that's got to be the biggest factor because, look, he's knocked out some GOAT featherweights, but what happened to Israel Adesanya when he went up and fought Jan Blachowicz? I thought Polish Power was going to get pulverized. Sorry, Zaf, but I thought your dad was going to get bashed.
Yeah, seriously, Zaf. We thought your dad was getting rocked, and he didn't get rocked. Well, to be fair, he laid on him pretty much.
Yeah, but man, he took Izzy in his prime, who was knocking out and humping Paulo Costa. That was like a prime scary Izzy, who had that knockout power. But going up, man, there's that difference, with your strikes, and Charles Oliveira has hung with some of the bests,
100%.
Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. I know he lost to Makhachev, but You know, like, has he even been knocked out? I know he's been choked out, but I don't think he's been knocked out recently. You know, like especially in his veteran years, as he started to kind of come out and.
I'm actually not sure.
Top 10. Let's have a quick.
I definitely know he's been rocked, but knocked out, I don't think so.
You don't really see too many.
So looking at it here, he's lost to Islam, but that's a submission, and then you go down TKO Paul Felder.
Oh,
in 2017.
Big Bad Paul on the commentary table.
Yeah.
2017. Oh, yeah.
It's a long time ago.
That's 8 years.
Yeah.
And he's really changed his game recently as well. Like, you saw in that last fight with fucking Chandler, like, he was like I think everyone loves he's got the most finishes, right? In what, the UFC. So people love him for that. But
well, it was crazy that he knocked out Chandler.
Yeah.
You know, 19 seconds in the second round.
Exactly. So
it's crazy.
He has that knockout power, but now he's becoming that veteran who's like, hey, I'm just trying to win this fight. If there's going to be a chance to knock you out, I'm going to take it. But I think he's smart enough and experienced enough to take Topuria into deep waters.
Yeah, is Topuria even really that experienced as far as like longevity in a fight? Because he's just finishing people quickly. 5 rounds, never done a 5-rounder. And yeah, finishing people quickly is amazing.
Yeah.
But you know, Oliveira can take a shot.
Yep.
And yeah, okay, Chandler's not the best fighter. I know that, but the guy can freaking punch, man.
Yeah.
He's got heavy hands.
In that first fight, that was still a prime Chandler.
Yeah,
you know?
and he rocked Oliveira, and Oliveira recovered in the way to knock him out within 20 seconds of round 2 coming straight off the stool is bonkers.
Yeah.
And I was screaming at my TV, I'm pretty sure. I love it.
And the Tsarukyan fight, I don't think that was like he didn't look some say he didn't even lose that fight, you know? So he hasn't really had any bad losses except to Makhachev in like the last... Man, Paul Felder was the last loss before
That's crazy.
Makhachev. So Makhachev is really only the one who really... He lost to, I would say.
Yeah.
Really lost to. So people are kind of... Yeah, really, like the odds are crazy. I think 4.20 for Charles Oliveira. So
True.
if you're a betting man like me, I wouldn't mind chucking a couple of dollary dues on that.
Yeah, nice. Bloody oath. Well, moving on, there's a mutual love that we have that's kind of circulating social media right now. The bad man, the madman,
the hangman.
The hangman. Dan Hooker's 1 min scraps, bro.
Oh,
how fucking good is that?
You gotta love Dan Hooker's emergence. Like, first coming into the UFC looking like a schoolboy who's in like the swimming team.
Yeah.
Now covered in all these dark, terrifying
Sick
tattoos.
He's got some of the sickest tattoos in the UFC.
He does. He went from 0 to 100 pretty much.
Yeah. And he keeps getting them. UFC needs to update the game and put the tats on Dan Hooker. All right? I know you're listening, Dana.
I think he's just really like, hey, he's not hiding his craziness anymore. You know, he's like, I'm fucking
Yeah, he's
crazy.
a fucking psycho. What about who did he fight where he's like, I love this shit.
I think I became a big fan after that.
He's a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
What fight was
which
that?
one was that one?
Let's have a look. Pull it up. Pull it up, Johnny.
I wish we had a Jamie.
We'll get a Jamie. Send in your resume. Anyone called Jamie? Send in your resume. But no, I think it's just a crazy concept, and it's like the best form of like quick dopamine release. Like with the whole power slap, say what you want about it, it's a juggernaut on social media. It generates the craziest numbers ever. Like because it's so ridiculous and it's easy to digest.
I still find that hard to believe, man.
Well, it is.
I've only met one power slap fan, but maybe it hasn't reached Australia yet.
What? No, it's just as far as like reels, right?
Okay.
So like, so the numbers on social
Cool.
media. No one's buying. Oh, bro, did you buy the power slap pay-per-view? I'm pretty sure it's
bro,
free.
you want to chip in for the power slap?
Yeah.
$100 this weekend.
Oh, bro, the freaking slaps are crazy.
Bro, check out this power slap merch I got.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just a freaking hand. Wake up to yourselves. But no, it just goes to show like the marketability of something that's like bite size, right? Like
Yes.
you get all the action at once.
and it really is a niche to this like. Oh man, I think a lot of people grew up on World Star and fucking Kimbo Slice, you know?
Bro, the OG 1 minute scraps.
The OG
right?
scraps. And this is like, man, this has got to be in the culture of every country, you know?
Yeah. Well, it is. Hand-to-hand combat runs deep, right?
It runs deep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is just in his fucking backyard. There's like videos of his like 60-year-old neighbors peering over the fence going,
It's so good.
Oi, what's going on there?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's all right, fucking Sheila. What's a New Zealand woman's name?
I would never fucking clue.
Fucking Tara or something like that. Something like that. And
Tara Takanua?
Yeah, that's good. That's Joa Takalua's mum. And yeah, these fucking big Usos just throwing hands, you know?
Well, they have two divisions. It's a lightweight and heavyweight, and there's no weight limit to heavyweight. So there's like the biggest units. Because UFC, obviously, you're capped at 265, right?
I just hope there's not too much brain damage from that. That's
there's brain damage, bro. Of course there is.
But the thing is, it could be pre-existing.
Surely there's no more brain damage than power slap. Come on, man. Power slap, you're just like, I'm wearing a mouth guard, but brother.
Straight open palm.
Yeah, you're going to go from ring-a-ding-ding to rigor mortis real quick.
Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Yeah. So you love to see it. You love to see each kind of athlete. Let me give a shout out to Mighty Mouse, because I love his Mighty cast that he's coming in.
Hell yeah.
He's interviewing
Death
sentence. Yeah, death sentence is getting a little bit annoying, but the first 3 episodes were sick. Man, he's interviewing Tommy Aspinall, like pretty much every champ before they fight. Like, you love to see.
And he met Guru, dude.
He met Guru,
the
man.
giant.
Not in a wheelchair either.
Yeah.
You know? He towered over Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, I mean, he's like 6 foot when he's in a wheelchair. He's like 8 foot. Well, I mean, everyone looks 8 foot next to Mighty Mouse. But he's a giant human.
Yeah, you love to see all these different flavors, all these different takes and angles of MMA. So, we'll have our own little slice of that here as well.
Yeah, 100%. It's what we're doing here, guys. The thing we're trying to build is just like a fun, exciting, and knowledgeable MMA-based experience, But it's not just...
we're all fans here, We want to share our opinions, our feelings, all that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah. I honestly, I don't think I've missed a UFC event more than once in 6 years since I met Jazz.
That's that dedication.
Once.
That's a dedication.
Yeah. And you guarantee that the one I watched was probably similar to the one that's this weekend. Or the one I didn't watch, sorry.
Well, speaking of, should we get into this weekend's card?
Yeah, let's friggin'... come on down to...
Let's get it on, come on, as the great Herb says.
Legit, the GOAT.
So, this weekend we have got Erin Blanchfield fighting Miss Macy Barber. And to start the main card off, we will usually cover the main card, but sometimes we'll throw an exciting prelim in there as well. But to start off, we have got Mr. Zachary Reese versus Dusko Todorovic from Slovakia. Davo, what's your opinions on this one?
Well, okay, so I kind of had to do some research, obviously, into a lot of the fights on this card. So I wasn't coming with basically nothing. So I looked at Zachary Reese first, and I found a fun fact. My fun fact was that he fought Kevin Holland on their mutual debut.
Big mouth.
And he lost via unanimous decision.
Back in, 2012?
It was a long time
ago.
Yeah, it was basically a lifetime ago.
Yep.
But since that loss, he went on a 9-fight win streak to get into the Contender Series. He lost to Cody Brundage in the Contender Series. But then he still got a chance in the UFC. And since then, he's gone 2-1 in his last 3. I think he's well-rounded. He has the ability to finish on the feet and submit. He's tall. He's 6'4".
Oh,
right.
That's a tall drink of water.
That's a tall drink of water.
That's a glass full.
Full.
Not half.
No, that's a glass 3/4 full. Glass full is probably shout out Charles Joyner, 6'8" machine, fighting Cage Warriors. Don't look at his last fight. But going into Reese, he's tall, he's rangy. He has the ability to kind of pick people apart from a distance. Whether he'll do that or not is another story. I don't really have a pick or anything like that, but that's my opinion on Zach. What do you reckon of Zach?
So for me, the bit of research I've done about Zach is he can be a bit chinny, coming off a two pretty bad losses. Like it was a slam by Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage, he's usually the nail. So if Cody Brundage is hammering you into the canvas and knocking you out, that's a bit of a warning sign. And the latest one was a really bad ground and pound loss, pretty much severed from consciousness. And this was in January. Yeah. So when shit like that happens soon, it makes me go, a little bit like that. 5 months. But to be honest, Todorovic is no fucking Canelo.
Yeah,
either, you know.
I mean,
he's a bit more well-rounded.
well, he's 4-5 in the UFC.
Yeah, he's a bit more well-rounded, but his record is not great. I will say though, he's fought a lot harder opponents. He's also had some pretty bad knockouts, but he's also like, I think he's got a win or a decision against. He took Gregory Rodriguez to a decision, who's a fucking middleweight right now, mountain of a man.
I think he knocked him out, didn't he? It was in a different organization. I'm pretty sure he knocked him out.
Let me pull that up real quick.
Yeah, pull that up. I think he knocked him out.
But yeah, he's fought like. Here's the thing, man. When people come from out of the organization into the UFC, this is a whole fucking different kettle of fish.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he took Rodriguez to a decision.
Oh, who knocked out Rodriguez?
Had some. Yeah, he's fought some. He beat Michel Pereira, as well. So he's had some good wins. He's had some losses, but at the end of the day, like he's been in there with the top dogs, and honestly, like this is to me is not a very fight I'm excited about, or I think is going to be very technical. So it's not one that I really like to make a pick on, but I will probably give it to Todorovic just because of the UFC experience for that one, and because of the recent knockout to Reese. But yeah, very tentative on this one.
Yeah, see, for Dushko, for me, I mean, he came from the Contender Series, so he's had he's been a journeyman on the way.
Yep.
He's actually completely changed his team since last fight. Okay. Funnily enough, he says his last fight he was filled with a lot of chaos, and it took focus from him.
Okay.
So this is I listened. He had an interview for the fights coming up this weekend where he mentioned that, and I also did a little digging on this guy. He actually got hit and dragged by a car by his left foot, and then he hid it from everyone. The only person he told was his coach and his missus. And then, like, I think the fight after the accident, he was still injured, and while he was warming up, he rolled his left foot again and basically fucking destroyed it and still fought. And he said that...
So he's got some cojones.
He's got some cojones. He said that he doesn't let it heal fully because he can't afford to not fight. So he's basically fighting for his life. I do love that. Also, he's training with the one Alexander Orasic. He's training with him.
So he's must be Slovak as well.
Yeah, and like looking at his tapes, he's got decent wrestling, he's got heavy hands, and he's got some slick butterfly kicks, bro.
What the hell is a butterfly?
Like when you... go down. I'm just gonna put the
like up kick or something.
When you go down and then up. Like
yeah,
like you put your hand on the floor.
Okay, so he's got some fancy stuff too.
The studio is quite small, so I can't actually do a butterfly kick because I definitely can do one without stretching.
I can do one.
Don't ask for receipts, but I can do it.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, quite literally. Shout out BB. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Yeah. So I think I'll probably lean with you on Dushko.
Yeah,
just because of law. He's got some good law. This could be his moment. It could be one of those things, you know, Netflix docu-series could be watching this. If he wins, goes on a title run, imagine the story.
A fucking Slovak champion as
His foot was chapped.
Went from getting dragged on the concrete to dragging his balls
over some models. Being the champion of the UFC. Living the dream. Probably won't happen, but anyway.
It's fun to dream.
And then we got Ketlin.
Ketlin? Oh, yes. Oh, I thought it was like... I put the kettle on or something.
You got the kettle on?
We got Ketlin Vieira versus Macy.
Macy
Chasson. Must have some French roots.
Chasson.
And she was from The Ultimate Fighter, I remember her.
Yeah, she is just this, like, short hair tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love a good dive in the UFC. Honestly, probably 80% of the time I'm betting I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to be betting on...
Oh, I can't wait for the editor to censor the word that you keep saying. That's hilarious. Yeah, what are your opinions on Ketlin?
Honestly, I don't have too many opinions. I think she...
Do you have one?
I mean, on Ketlin, not so much. Macy, on the other hand, I think she's a bit more lanky, right? But she doesn't really use that range to her advantage. Like, she's kind of pushing forward and doing that kind of stuff. Good jiu-jitsu.
What about the doctor's stoppage? She put on freaking Mayra Bueno Silva. Remember that?
Yeah. She's got
her eye.
She's got that dog in her.
That was crazy.
But Vieira, man, she's got a fucking resume. She has fought.
Yeah, dude. She's been in the UFC since 2016.
Yeah, Misha Tate win. Holly Holm split.
Still a win.
Raquel, split. Kayla Harrison, understandable, lost to her.
Did you see the Kayla Harrison? Have you watched it recently?
I didn't watch that one, no.
So she split Harrison open, gave her a hematoma.
Ooh.
And arguably, I mean, it was 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. So obviously, whatever. If you're going to go off the judges, she got 30-27.
Yeah.
But truly, I think it was 29-28. And it was against Kayla Harrison, who had the hype around her, the crowd around her.
And is fighting for the belt right now.
Fighting for the belt right now.
Yeah.
She's like mad momentum, pumped up.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard to beat someone when they're like, you know, she's fucking sending it. And yeah, she got like held down a lot. She couldn't really move. She tried to scramble a bit, but when she could strike, she had effective damage.
Yeah.
And like she gave her Kayla Harrison a hematoma above her eye and split it. So
and yeah, Kayla Harrison's a scary woman. So
yeah, Triple H. I don't want to mess with her.
So yeah, based on her resume, honestly, this is a hard one. I'm probably gonna keep my betting pockets out of this one, but I think I'm more familiar with Macy. She seems to be kind of getting into her own, so we'll see. This should be interesting scrap. Do you have any takes on this one?
Well, I'm leaning towards Macy as well, right? So she's a spider monkey when she needs to be, which I think's good. So anyone
I'll come at you like a spider monkey.
Shout
out Talladega Nights.
I like her ability. So when she's getting the forward pressure, she's getting pushed up against fences, or she's doing it to to someone else. She's the aggressor.
Yep.
She has the ability to kind of mitigate negative space with like jumping around and like straddling someone from behind.
Nice.
Kind of like doing like a reverse triangle almost to like hold them in position.
Okay, yep.
To be able to...
This is Macy?
Yeah, Macy.
Okay.
To like to be able to like at least mitigate damage at the most, formulate an attacking plan. She's got good knees.
Yeah.
She seems to have a Muay Thai base. I didn't look into her gym. I'm sorry. Shoot me. But she seems to have like a Muay Thai stance. She loves knees in the clinch. Very Muay Thai.
Yeah. To me, I love to see when a fighter actually fights to this, what's it called? To their body style.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like when a long guy is like not using their range.
His
What
range.
are you doing?
Yeah. Freaking take a step back and flip and use your range.
So all these things that you're talking about, like on the ground, being that lanky with the sticky hooks, those are the worst. So she's doing that, and she's got the knees. Like, man, it sounds like she's utilizing her.
Yeah. No, she is.
Gifts.
Look, I'm not going to say that I'm friggin' the biggest fan of Macy. You're
not waving a Macy flag around.
I've seen her fight a couple of times. I'm interested to see how she fights. You know, 10-3 record. She's ranked number 6. She's fighting ranked number 4. She's obviously on the trajectory to get a title shot. So I think she has an impressive win here. Maybe she's one more win off a title shot, which is exciting.
Which was motivation as well, right?
Yeah.
For that as well. So.
100%. And then we got Dustin Jacoby.
We got Dustin against a
P-head
Bruno. I wouldn't say he's like a scorching up and comer, but we do have that, Dustin who's on the way down. He's 37 years old. Bruno Lopes on the way up. Look, Dustin, beast kickboxer.
Yeah, well, he was a Glory kickboxing champion.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. He's been in some great wars.
Heavy hands.
Yeah, heavy hands, but we've also seen of late him getting absolutely destroyed. Yeah, he's a little bit up and down for me. Like
loses to Roundtree.
Yeah,
which was close. Yeah, it was a close fight.
He lost to Reyes, but this is Reyes as he was going on the way up. Got knocked out. Decision by Alonzo Manyfield. The one that impressed me was the Vitor Petrino.
Yeah, bro, with the right cross, just slapped him.
And he was getting Vitor was putting it on him that whole fight, So it's like,
I like his ability to be calm in these situations, right? Like he's showing maturity. Like you said, he's been around for ages. Trajectories maybe up or down.
Yeah.
But his ability to still learn and grow, which is why we fucking love this sport, and you never stop learning ever. But that's why we love it, right? Yeah. And his ability to be able to stay composed, and his patience, his ability to take damage and not panic. I think he's definitely still improving by, as you say, the trajectories.
He's got that. I think it'll come down to is he going to use that veteran, which he usually does. Just one thing I noticed in some of the fights, he usually plays to the. He fights at the pace of his opponent. He doesn't really dictate the
He's
pace.
not leading the dance.
Exactly. But Bruno Lopes, he's no dance initiator either. To be honest, he seems to be.
And he's also got heavy hands.
He's got heavy hands. But just from the fights I've seen, he's not as I said, he doesn't seem like that scorching up and come like, whoa, who's this guy? Like putting it on him. But man, 32, he's kind of entering his prime right now, and he's shown some really great moments. So
100%.
I just think he's 32, he's entering his prime, and to be honest, Dusty is kind of getting out of his prime right now.
Yeah.
And when a fighter starts going up and down, that's a sign of like, okay, to me, that's a sign of them kind of starting
to inconsistency, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like the engine is it doesn't have that consistency anymore. So I think Bruno, he's been getting that confidence in the UFC. He just fought on the Contender Series 2 fights ago, had a UFC fight, and now this will be his second UFC fight. So I think this will be a chance for him to come into his own. Will he let the bright lights of the UFC Apex probably not get to him? So maybe that's what I mean. Could be a good platform for him to be like, hey, I went from Contender to UFC to Apex now. Let me try get a good win against a good vet here, and hopefully put himself up into the top 15 contention.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, I think with Bruno Lopez as well, after looking at his tapes, he has a good ability to get in and out of exchanges.
Yep.
Like he's out, which is half the battle. Mm-hmm. He also has the ability to level change while throwing a barrage of punches. Like he keeps his opponents guessing, heavy leg kick into a cop, in the face, and then while they're kind of up against the cage, trying to cover up and get out of this situation they're in, he'll go bang, liver shot, bang, kidney shot, bang, head shot. Like he's constantly mixing it up, which as someone with a striking background, I love to see shit like that. Yeah. I like always keep your opponent guessing, right? Like practice what you preach, Dave. I usually headhunt, I know. But it's beautiful to watch someone that's able to utilize all their tools
really
simultaneously.
Really put the art in martial art, get him biting and fading on that and then hit him to the body.
Yeah.
And I really love that point, Dave, because he's also got the takedowns. Dustin is not a grappler. He's, you love a well-rounded fighter because you can always, if you're not having luck on the feet, you can go on the ground. So Bruno, he can do that. He can piece him up on the feet and then take it to the ground and just keep him guessing and keeping on his toes. And to be honest, in this fight, his wrestling, his ground game, and his jiu-jitsu, that could be the great equalizer in this fight. So Bruno, he's the underdog in this, but I feel like this might be his time, man, to come into it.
I totally agree, bro. 100%. And then we go on to friggin' Billy Ray Golf. Take my horse to the old town road. Oh, that's Billy Ray Cyrus. Sorry.
What?
Billy Ray Goff.
Billy Ray Cyrus is Hannah Montana's dad, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm not Hannah Montana as a fictional character. It's Miley Cyrus. Put some respect on the name.
Tomato.
Versus Ramirez Bra. Image.
What's your take on the Goff man?
Honestly, freaking Goff. Yeah. Sorry, I think that's for the OnlyFans podcast. Billy Ray Golf.
We'll have a separate
he was actually supposed to fight Ko Seok Hyun, but
Matt Kosciuszko?
No, other side of the planet.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ko Seok Hyun. I'm gonna.
Oh, Sheshe.
Is he not? Is he Korean or is he Chinese? Sheshe is Chinese.
We'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah. After these messages. He was supposed to fight Ko, our boy. You know him very well. But Bruno stepped up, okay? So the thing about Billy, he's 26, he's young, he's hungry, he's a striker. But most importantly, he's hungry to fight, dude. Mm-hmm. He's come out in his most recent press appearance, and he said he wants to fight 3 times a year, but he also understands the importance of like developing his skills, taking the time to learn, not rushing. You don't want to be a Kumzat and, break a record for fighting in, twice in 3 seconds and then, a chew, I'm off for ages. He's also teammates. Sorry, he's not teammates. He fights very similar to JDM. And hear me out. Ooh. Hear me out. Obviously, JDM is...
We love Jackie.
Fucking Jack Della Medellina. We love Jackie. I'm not saying he's like Jack. He's obviously not. But he fights like Jack in the way of sick looping punches, man. Oh, yeah. Like the way Jack loops overhand right, then has like looping body shot, and then another looping body shot, and then a looping left. Like that crazy, like it's pinpoint, it's calculated, but it just looks sick, you know. It's just
Oh, yeah.
all loop, and Billy is big on that, right? He's also got nice kicks, quick combos, and he also has ability to catch kicks. So there's been a few fights where he's caught the body kick, tripped his opponent, got him to the ground, and finished him with ground and pound.
Nice. Okay.
And he's been a champion of, I don't know, Spartan MMA or some shit. I have no idea. Some random other fighting organization. He became the champ.
Nice.
You know, take that with a pinch of salt. Obviously, the caliber of opponents are different, but I'm excited about Billy Ray. Golf. To be quite honest with you, bro, I'm actually very excited to see this guy, you know, show us what he's made of.
Yeah.
What are your opinions on?
Yeah. Did a bit of research here as well. Billy Ray coming off Dana White Contender Series. Yeah, I've heard he loves to scrap. He loves to scrap.
He does, a scrappy dog.
And he has a real good gas tank. And I think that might be the equalizer here because Mr. Brahimaj. It's pretty. Yeah. Depends which part of the world you're in. It's how it's pronounced.
In Australia, we pronounce it Brahimaj. Kidding.
Yeah, that guy. So he's more of a wrestler, and he actually fights with Bilal, which
It's his teammate.
He's his teammate. So, but ironically enough, he's got a shite gas tank. He's really kind of like a. He gets it done in the first round, and then he really starts to dwindle. But yeah, he's a grappler, so he's going to want to go and grapple with Billy. Now, Billy, let's see, he's got no submission losses, 2 decisions. So, I think his takedown defense is holding up. But again, UFC is a different level. So it'll be interesting to see how he hangs with this, UFC caliber wrestler. But look, Ramiz took some time off. He's he took 2 fights in 2022, 2 fights in 2024. So yeah, he's said he was dealing with some issues. So apparently he's been working on his striking. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But I think this fight will be decided within the first round. You know, if Ramiz can come and put it on him, he can get it done in the first. But if Billy can hang, negate the takedowns and the grappling of Ramiz and just keep working that body, take him into deep waters, especially, punishing the body, really fuck with his gas tank. I think Billy can get it done, but it sounds like it's going to be a good fight and a classic grappler versus striker.
Yeah, it's always a sick styles make fights. It's always sick to see a striker versus grappler, and yeah, he does. He's got slick grappling finishes under his belt, but he's also got a slick overhand right KO on Mickey Gall.
Ooh, yes,
yeah, put him out.
So
He's also he's pretty scrappy in exchanges, and I think that the fact that he is a little scrappy kind of opens up the gate for him to be able to get people where he wants them on the ground, finish them via submission. And so you've got scrappy versus scrappy, right? So it would be interesting to see if Goff can, utilize his aggressive striking, slick combinations, and not be brought into a trap from Brahimaj. Because if, you fall into the hand of a seasoned slick grappler, you could get trips, you can take the back, he could put you in a...
He's got 10 submissions, this fella.
Yeah, he's got a lot. Yeah. His box of tricks is quite extensive, which I think it makes for a very exciting fight.
All chokes, rear naked. Oh, he's got one Kimura, but rear naked chokes, arm triangle chokes, so he likes that neck. Yeah. He goes for that neck.
He likes that neck, which, same.
So Billy's got a thick one because he's going to need to go fight out of them fucking 100%. Rear nakeds. But this next one, this is actually it's my favorite. It's my favorite fight of the night. I'm super hyped for this.
That's funny considering Gamrot smashed your boy.
He smashed my boy and he gained my respect.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
see,
man.
This is what separates the Combat Comrades from any other podcast. Here we remain humble.
We try to be unbiased.
And we love the sport. Yeah. Even if our friggin' dads get bashed. Sorry.
Even though Tarukyan is from my dad's village, Achal Kalakets, there's a whole history there.
Shout out Achal Kalakets.
But today we're not going to talk about Achal Kalakets. We're going to talk about Mateusz Gamrot. First of all...
Or Mateusz Gamrot.
There's some rumors that he may have an OnlyFans that goes by Mateusz Kumrot. That is yet to be. I think it's.
Well, he has neither confirmed nor denied it. That's all I'm saying.
We're yet to hear from his publicist, Helena.
We have to get the cum from the horse's cock, as they say.
But Kumrot has to be I don't even know if we can say this, but this is going to be one of the wildest nicknames we've come up.
Yeah, it's the worst nickname ever, but it sticks.
Hey.
Like,
and whoever thinks we have a sick humor, laugh. It's good for you.
Exactly.
All right.
Grow up. If you didn't like us, you would have been gone by now. So strap yourself in.
But anyway, Mateusz Kumrot. Back to MMA. Like I'm a crotch sniffer grappler at heart, you know.
You
so
are.
and Mateusz
And
Kumrot.
that's tough too. The world needs crotch sniffing grapplers. We can't all just be strikers.
Kumrot is Poland is not known for that grappling. Everyone knows it's from the Kafkas Mountains, which is Dagestan, Georgia, Armenia. Those are where the best wrestlers come from.
And Windang. Shut up, Volk.
Good wrestling defense, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Up the dang. But yeah, there's something in those mountains. Like they have wrestling tournaments every summer there. The winner gets 4 or 5 goats, I think. I don't remember.
Nice.
It's probably 5 now with the inflation.
It's inflation, yeah, of course. At the start, it was 3 gods. Now we must fucking do bridge 5 gods.
Fuck this economy bullshit.
Thank you so much, Putin. Oh shit, I bleep that. There's a red dot on my forehead. Shout out Stanhope.
Took him out. But anyway, Kumrot, to me, look, I'm a big Khabib fan. Wrestling comes out, and Mateusz Kumrot has that pressure wrestling. He gets knocked down a lot, but look, he can.
I get knocked down,
and he gets over again. But the beautiful thing about wrestling is you can rely on your wrestling as a defensive,
yes,
not just offensive. Whereas when what's his face, Nate Diaz knocked down Conor McGregor, and then he tried to wrestle him, and then Nate Diaz, so you're a wrestler now? It just doesn't work.
No.
So anyway, he's got that. I just think he has what it takes to beat this guy, Ludovic Klein. Let me tell you a little bit about my research about him.
Tell me, baby.
Super fast, crispy, technical striker.
Baba.
Yeah, reminds me a little bit of like a Leon Edwards with less feinting.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't throw too much volume, but man, is that boy quick.
Yeah, he's quick.
Yeah, like
there's a few people in the UFC that are insanely quick, right? And he's definitely one of them. It reminds me of the Ultimate Fighter with Myron Santos before he's now moved upper division. That guy, when I watched him on the Ultimate Fighter, I swear to God, my eyes couldn't register the speed of his punches. So, shout out Myron, and sorry to interrupt, but yes, there's something
happening?
so impressive about you can barely catch it, and you're not even in the fight.
Yeah.
So, imagine being the opponent.
Exactly. I will say, though, he's got fast shots, but it doesn't have that many of boom, lights out.
Yeah.
He's fast, but not lights out. So it reminds me a little bit of that point fighting where they can boom, just get, win the point and get the clean shot.
Damage over time, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Volume.
It's going to also be southpaw against orthodox, so that he's a southpaw, so he's got that left body kick, which is just money.
Yeah.
Hits the, what is it? The
liver.
The liver, yeah, which is in the right side of the body, so that is just right at the end of the shin, But, yeah, the downside of Ludovic Klein is some of his losses have been by getting wrestle-fucked a little bit and choked out. Some of the people that did that to him was Nate Landwehr, who's not known as really as a wrestler, has some wrestling, not
Was
really.
it Nate the Train?
Nate the Train, that's him. He's more of a crazy brawler, but he got him with a sick anaconda choke.
That's such a sick choke.
Yeah,
such a nice choke.
Some of his more recent fights, he's gone to a lot of decisions, to be honest. With Thiago Moises, which to me is Thiago Moises took you down. That's not really a good sign.
Yeah.
Against Mateusz Kumrot, who trains with Dustin, a shine brain like a diamond. Poirier. Shout out to him. Very excited for his last fight coming up. But look, he's training with Dustin, who is also a southpaw. So he's got one of the best southpaws to train with. And this style of crispy striker against pressure wrestler, that is in favor.
Styles make fights.
Exactly. And we saw what happened to fucking Leon when, what's his face, tatted up.
Sean Brady.
Sean Brady, just same as Bilal, copied his homework, you know? So this really suits Mateusz, and also Mateusz has that high-level experience. Like, he's fought the who's who's. Dan Hooker, Dos Anjos, Fiziev, Turner, Tsarukian.
Yeah.
You know? So, look, Dan Hooker, he did lose to him, but I think the difference between Dan Hooker and Mr. Klein is that Hooker has that dog in him. Yeah, they came bounding over. So but he showed, I don't think Ludovic has that in him, that wrestling defense and that dog in him. I just think this really favors Mateusz Gamrot, and I'm betting, I don't own a house, so I'm going to bet just some low-level asset that I have on Mateusz Gamrot.
Would you bet the bucket hat?
Bucket hat's never going. Actually, that's how confident I am. I will bet the bucket hat.
All right, Tasmanian Botanics.
I've got a spare one at home. Shout out Tasmanian Botanics. They just won 2024 and 2025 Cultivators of the Year. And you guys are awesome.
Send us some packs. Well, you pretty much ticked off every box, right? So Gamrot, I've got him down as like well-rounded. He's aggressive. He's got the ability to finish people anywhere. Mm-hmm. He hasn't fought since August, which I think, there's two ways to think of that, especially when you come off a loss. I think it's given him a lot of time to refine his tools, to learn from a loss. Yep. Like we like to say here at the Combat Comrades, you win or you learn.
Win or you learn.
There's no loss. Some would say that you actually get more out of your losses than your wins. Because if you're not getting bashed in the gym, how are you getting better?
And that's an analogy for life, guys. So if you're training in the gym, you're training for...
Or training for homework. Sometimes you get, a shit mark. But then you learn that you're an idiot. And then you start fighting.
You do something else.
You fucking figure it out. And with Klein, right? He's like 6-fight win streak in the UFC. But his level of competition
100%
is nothing close
100%
to Gamrot. And he has a lot of split decision and decision wins.
Yeah.
Which, take that with a pinch of salt, obviously.
Sometimes in these fights, the wrestling is the... What do you call it? That turns the tables. The decider.
I also think that he can be a bit of a dog. He can.
Klein?
He can a little bit. I mean,
he likes to get on the ground too. He likes to get on the ground too.
He's definitely he definitely puts it out there, and he can put the pressure on. But it ultimately does come down to the level of competition that's going to kind of, be the catalyst for my decision. So I am going to side with you on that one, John. I think that old Gamrot, he's just got too many big fights under his belt, and if he loses this fight, then the conversation will begin,
Yeah.
Is this the beginning of the end type thing?
Yeah. This is really like a breaking, make or break.
Yeah.
Make or break,
and it's not any shit on Ludovic Klein, Calvin Klein model, send me some undies. It's no shit talking on him at all. I just think because of the caliber, and I know I've 100%. Said that a bunch now, but yeah, that's my piece.
It's who you train with, like the killers at what is it called? Fucking Dusty's gym, Dustin Poirier's gym.
You're the gym guy. I don't know shit.
Let me quickly look that up.
I don't know shit.
Well, I mean, he goes to American Top Team. American Top Team in Florida for his ATT for his camps. So he's got a plethora of high level UFC fighters. Whereas Ludovic.
He's in a mountain somewhere, surely.
Yeah, he's in a fucking cabin somewhere. But hey, Yuri Prohashka fucking punches trees in a cabin and he's a beast.
And he gets knocked the fuck out.
But yeah, I just think this style is...
Yuri needs to train keeping his hands up.
I think he's changed that. He actually said that. Ever since the Alex Pereira fight...
Have you seen the footage? He's like this. For anyone who can't see, my hands are down.
But yeah. Yeah. But in that, that will always be his base. But he has been trying to do that. He has openly admitted that.
You can't unlearn it. He's fucked. Anyway, sorry.
Look, I like it when his neck is he's doing that. Like his neck is just veiny and he's trying to do head movement. Look, I love that shit.
Yeah.
But I just think this matchup favors Gamrot. Like Ludovic, he has that crispy striking. But
crispy.
But yeah, KFC crispy. But he when you're so worried about the takedown, he hasn't fought a wrestler with the pressure of Gamrot. And rotting cum cannot be a good smell either, so you do not want to get that on you.
You don't want
to get taken down by that.
No, you don't want that freaking crotch lock.
You don't want that scent lingering around.
Yeah, you don't want to get put in a crucifix with freaking rotten. Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
It's too good, but look, when you have that heavy pressure wrestler, you know he's gonna attempt at least six takedowns every fight. You're gonna be hesitant to throw your kicks. You know, and when you hesitate, that's not good. As a striker.
No, you can't. Yeah, you have to be 100% in or 100%
going
out.
for it.
And if people can see that you're hesitating, someone on the caliber of Gamrot's going to take advantage of that.
And he doesn't feint enough to put Gamrot on the back heels either. So
yeah,
I think Ludovic is an amazing striker. I just don't think this matchup is going to be the best for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Exciting fight.
To the main event of the evening, the tale of the tape. Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber.
Tail of the taint, some might say.
Tail of the taint. Who have you got? What the hell do you think's happening here? And please try and contain your excitement.
So, I mean, this is a classic grappler versus striker.
Mm-hmm.
Macy Barber, look, she's been in some bloody wars.
She's got that dog in her.
Yeah, I usually lean towards grappler because that's the style I like myself. But when you see either I like a really technical striker or just an absolute dog like a Dan Hooker, you know, who likes to get stuck into it. You know, I think everyone loves that.
She doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, she doesn't give a
Macy
fuck.
Barber. Honestly, she just goes in there and just fucking sends it.
Prettiest face, doesn't give a fuck about busting it up.
She gets that pretty face busted the fuck up, blood everywhere, and I love it. I live for that shit. I fucking love when they have the dog in them. And Macy, it should basically be Macy Dog Barber, in my opinion. You x-ray her fucking tum-tum. That bitch got dogs in there. There's a motherfucking Macy. Yeah, and I also think that she also has the ability to kind of make her opponents submit, and she'll start with the flurry on the feet, and I just think, Blanchfield's a bit of a technician, right? She put what's her name? Molly McCann. Meatball Molly. Fucking schouses don't get knocked out. She put friggin' Meatball in a slick crucifix, bashed her face in, and put her in a Kimura, I believe. She had a boring fight against Manon Farrell.
Yep.
It was so boring. Fun fact for you. I was actually on a plane flying back from the States with Jazz. And we got delayed on the tarmac. And they had the UFC on the plane. They had live TV, and I was like, hell yeah, let's watch the fights. And it was fucking Aaron Blanchfield versus Manon Farrell, and it was dog shit. So I was a little bit annoyed.
You got a sour taste after that.
I got a sour taste, and that's why when Manon was fighting Shevchenko, I was like, oh, this bitch is boring. But you know what? I a bit of respect on her name after that fight, even though she lost. But yeah, Aaron, I didn't know too much about her until she destroyed Meatball, I'll be honest.
Yeah, me neither. But she does seem to be a bit of a decision merchant in the last 3 fights. You start to it's like almost a transition, like a Charles Oliveira, it seems.
Yeah, and like
fights to decisions.
Especially her last fight against Nama
Yunus?
Yeah, Thug Rose. Love Thug Rose.
Love Thug.
She's an absolute legend. But she dominated her for 5 rounds, let's be real. But yeah, you're right in the decision merchant.
She's fighting five rounders now, you know, the last 2, and to me, that's a bit of a factor as well because she has that.
She's got the experience.
5 round and winning a 5 round. Macy doesn't have any 5 rounders in her belt.
And the 5 round club's no joke, right?
Like, it's a different game, right?
Yeah.
You got to pace yourself.
A lot of pace, and especially with the way Macy fights as well.
Yeah,
you know
can she do that for 5 rounds?
Yeah, how fucked is she after the third? Yeah. You know, is she on the stool going, "Holy shit, I feel fucked."
Yeah, she's
got another 10 minutes.
She's got a fucking face mask of blood in the 3rd round. So how's she going to be in 5?
And for anyone that doesn't fight, like 5 minutes is so fucking long. You know, 30 seconds is long, especially when you're tired. Like, time will slow down. You're breathing heavy. Your vision's all fucked up. Like, you can't regulate anything. And then that's when your brain goes into survival mode. And all of a sudden, you're not performing at your best. And that's what separates the 3 round club from the 5 round club. It's the ability to, like, channel that energy and the adrenaline too, right? Because they're both kind of fighting for the next shot.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So whoever wins this is going to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, being able to mitigate the potential downfall of your cardio. And then moving on to Macy. Sorry to hog. She's got the dog in her. She's also 9-2 in the UFC. Mm-hmm. So she's been around. Yep. 11 fights. And she's done well. You lean towards Aaron because the grappling is your bread and butter. It's your love. I want to see Macy fucking swing, bros.
Me too.
I want her to fucking swing.
That's the thing. I love grappling, but not a boring wet blanket.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm not saying Erin Blanchfield is no. I mean, Bland is kind of in her last name, but I'm not. I'm not saying.
She's fighting stereotypes right now.
Yeah.
She's definitely not boring. Her last fight, it was. Well, not the Rose one, but the Manon one was shit. But everyone can have a bad fight.
Yeah, but look, Macy is an exciting fighter.
She's very exciting.
I want Macy to win as well, actually.
Hell yeah.
Because you love to see a good scrap. I just don't know if this matchup is great for her.
It's not.
Look, Macy is an absolute tank. Like, she's got decent takedown defense. I think it comes down to that 5-round experience, to be honest. Like, she's been there, 2 5-round fights. Like, adjusted her, as we said, she's lost, got some lessons, and then dominated Rose in 5 rounds. So she's going to come with that 5-round experience. And, if she can really utilize that wrestling and just, like, tire her out, Macy's going to go hard. I don't think it's looking very favorable for Macy, but, man, I would love to see her just lay her out.
I just hope it's a good scrap because like a lot of people want to give shit to these cards. They're saying UFC doesn't care. A lot of hate against Dana. You guys need to fuck off. Through COVID, Dana bought an island and we got fights. Yeah, okay. The Apex should be gone by now. I get it. We all agree on that. But to fucking tell Dana to sign this petition to say that he should be stood down as the president of the UFC, shut the fuck up. You guys don't understand what Daddy Dana has done for the sport. First and foremost, okay? And it is absolutely insane to be putting, all your eggs in the basket of, I'm going to steal a petition, fuck that. Shut the fuck up, all right? Let's just hope that this is a good card. If it's not, it's not. It's up to the fucking fighters to make it a good card.
People, especially Redditors, are very quick to forget all the hectic fight.
While they're wiping fucking Cheetos off their fingertips, typing on their keyboard covered in cum.
Like Adesanya.
Shout out Gumrot.
Like Adesanya, man. Everyone's shitting on him, but they can't remember how many bangers after bangers after bangers he put on.
It's casuals.
Look, unfortunately, that's kind of the world we live in with the internet, things coming and going. But look, honestly, even this fight, I didn't know too much about it. And as I started to research and discuss with you, man, this is like, I'm actually getting excited for some of the fights.
It's not a bad card. And it could be horrible and you could all call us idiots.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the fight's going to happen, and why don't we try to enjoy it?
Yes. It's fucking punch-ons, dude.
So
let's get into it.
We definitely, in this community, we want to, talk some analysis, but at the end of the day, man, fighting is awesome.
Exactly.
We want to enjoy this. We want to have a laugh. We want to make Cumrot jokes.
We're here to talk shit, take the edge off, say stuff that comes from a good place with some research. You can trust us to do enough research to give you an enjoyable episode. Our picks may be wrong. Who cares, dude? We're here to have fun. And you know what? We're having fun.
Yeah.
So you're either fucking with us or you're not.
Yeah, we're spitballing, sharing ideas.
Extra bit.
And this is a community, so we want to get other people involved. If
hell yeah,
get your opinions. We'll get some callers in eventually.
And let us know what you really want from a podcast like this. Like, what are you missing? Think of your favorite MMA podcast if you have one, and like, what would make it even better? You let us know. It's early days. We're learning,
we're experimenting.
Where all this equipment's new, all the software's new.
Yeah.
And this is like we're doing it ourselves, and we're just fucking doing it because we love it, and that's it.
Yep, exactly. Well said. We're gonna have some fun new segments coming in. We were talking about a good one, but I can't remember what it was.
We will
but be. It was good.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it was good.
Yeah, trust me, bro. We have a lot of things in the pipeline, right? We want to be hitting the ground running, and we're only getting older, and we fucking love this shit. So why not?
It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful sport, and We look forward to seeing you guys at the next one.
Hell yeah, dude. We did it, Johnny. Episode 1.
That was a beautiful. I love that one, Dave. And looking forward to
the next
one.
Bye.
Bye.